This is the DuroMax XP13000HX 13,000-watt dual-fuel portable generator. I wanted something that could keep my house comfortable during an outage without juggling extension cords, and I was nervous about three things before pulling the trigger: the weight, the noise, and whether it would actually start my central AC. From my experience, those concerns were valid but solvable, so I'll walk you through what it's really like to own and use this machine. Key features that sold me were simple on paper: 13,000 starting watts and 10,500 running watts on gasoline, dual fuel support for propane, a 500cc OHV engine with electric start, and a power panel that's clearly built for whole home use. It's transfer switch ready with a 50-amp 2240-volt outlet, NEMA 1450R, plus a 30-amp 12240-volt L1430R, a 30-amp 120-volt L530R, and 4 20-amp GFCI household outlets. There's also CO alert, which shuts the unit down if it detects dangerous carbon monoxide levels. In my opinion, this combination is exactly what most homeowners want when they say just make the house run like normal. Hindang and Kamyan. It's big and it feels like real equipment, not a toy. The open steel frame is sturdy, the finish is clean, and the control panel is laid out in a way that makes sense when you're stressed. The push-button start, big fuel selector knob for gas propane storage, and the digital meter showing volts, hertz, and hours are all front and center. The wheel and handle kit matter because this thing is heavy, around 240 to 245 pounds dry. I can roll it alone on a flat driveway, but stairs or grass make it a two-person job. The wheels are solid, so no worrying about flats, and the handles fold down to save space. It has the classic open-frame generator look, which also means little to no sound insulation experience. Setup was straightforward. I bolted on the wheels and feet, connected the battery, added 10-watt E30 oil, and tested both fuels. The included propane regulator works as expected. It fired up on the first push using gasoline, and on propane it took an extra second of cranking but settled in smoothly. I wired a 50A inlet to a transfer switch with an electrician, and that's the way to go if you're planning to power multiple circuits safely. On power, it does what it says. On gasoline, I ran my fridge, freezer, lights, Wi-Fi, a well pump, and then tested bigger loads through the panel. The generator didn't flinch. Where things get real is central AC. My system is a 4-ton unit and it did not like the inrush current at first. The generator surged and the breaker tripped once. I installed a soft start module on the AC condenser, and that changed everything. With soft start, the XP13000HX handled the AC plus typical household loads without drama. From my experience, if whole home comfort includes central air, plan on a soft start. It's cheap insurance and it makes this setup viable. Fuel use is what you'd expect from a 500cc engine that can push over 10K running watts. On gasoline, I saw roughly a gallon per hour, around 50% load, give or take. The tank is generous, and with conservative use, I got a full day of intermittent operation without feeling like I was constantly refueling. On propane, the power drop is small in real-world use. I prefer propane for longer outages because it stores clean and doesn't gum the carb. Plus, I can keep a few 40-pound tanks safely. With a 40-pound tank, I got several hours at mid-load. For overnight runs, gasoline still wins on convenience because of the larger onboard tank. Noise is honest. It's loud compared to an inverter generator, and that's the trade for raw power. I measured in the low to mid-70s dB on my phone app about 20 feet away, which lines up with the 74 dBA spec. Placement matters a lot. I set it on a firm surface, pointed the exhaust away from the house, and used a longer cord to keep it farther from bedrooms. It's not quiet, but it's acceptable when the house is comfortable and the freezer isn't thawing. O alert never triggered for me because I keep it outdoors with the exhaust well away from windows and doors. The feature is reassuring, and I like that it's part of the HX line. The hour meter is also super helpful for maintenance. Oil changes are the one annoyance. The drain plug's position makes it messy. I use a foil gutter to keep oil off the frame and it's fine, but I wish that area was designed better. On propane, I noticed the idle control doesn't kick down the RPM the way it does on gasoline. Not a deal breaker, just something to know. Also, this unit is EPA compliant. Check your state rules because not every version is CARB compliant. I'm not in California, so that didn't affect me. Dim toy thit trunk tum. The power headroom is the star. Even with multiple heavy loads, voltage stayed stable and the frequency held at 60 Hz. That confidence changes how you plan during an outage. I don't feel like I'm constantly choosing which room gets power. Dual fuel is the next big win. On gasoline, it hits full rated output. On propane, I don't feel like I'm giving up much, and the long shelf life is a lifesaver for preparedness. The power panel is clearly built for home integration. The 50A 1450R and 30A L1430R are both there, so whether your house is set up for 30A or 50A, you're covered without adapters. Electric start is clutch, especially in bad weather. Press, start, done. The digital display is simple, visible, and keeps me on schedule with oil changes. CO Alert adds a layer of safety I appreciate. Knowing it will shut down if things go sideways is comforting. And the engine alternator package inspires confidence. 500cc OHV with all copper windings is what I want to see on a workhorse that might need to run for days. It's perfect for homeowners who want near whole home capability without installing a permanent standby unit. If you've got a transfer switch, a spot to roll it out, and a plan for fuel, this can keep modern life humming. It's not a great match for campers or folks who need quiet or airline-style portability. It's heavy, it's loud, and it's meant to be rolled into place and left to do a job. In conclusion, the XP13000HX delivers the kind of honest, usable power that makes outages manageable. In my opinion, the trade-offs are worth it if your priority is running big loads like central AC, a well pump, space heat blowers, and kitchen appliances without babysitting every circuit. Plan for the wait, accept the noise, budget for fuel, and strongly consider a soft start for the AC. I'd recommend this for anyone in a single-family home who wants a serious backup option and doesn't mind a bit of mechanical ownership. From my experience, it starts reliably, it runs clean on propane, and it integrates with a 50A transfer switch exactly the way I hoped. If you're sensitive to noise or you move gear often, look at a smaller inverter or a different setup. If you just want your house to feel normal when the grid goes dark, this checks the key boxes. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more real-world gear reviews, and leave your questions or your own experience with the XP13000HX in the comments. Thank you for watching.